Britain's least happy millionaire strikes again. Depressed aristocrat Prince Harry enjoys his day in court, squandering the millions from Netflix and HarperCollins earned by chucking his family and his country under the bus. How ironic that he should now, in this extraordinarily arrogant legal action, chuck himself under the bus. Coincidentally, the only exciting thing that happened this week was former East 17 star Brian Harvey protesting outside the courtroom. Harvey, famous for leaping out of a car whilst he was driving it. There's a metaphor about Prince Harry in there somewhere. What does his missus think of all this? Z-list actor turned presidential wannabe Woko Mono herself, Meghan Markle. Well, she's been very quiet, suggesting that she may not approve of this court case. Do me a favour. This lad doesn't blow his own nose without her permission. It's not so much a marriage as a hostage situation. True to form, he's already back in California after 3 nights in the UK, which we're told involved no visit to King Charles or Prince William. Imagine flying across the Atlantic and not meeting your brother and your old man. Well, let's not forget, he wouldn't even stick around for a pint and a couple of sandwiches after the King's coronation. So what do you really expect? And apparently it was his last night in Frogmore Cottage, the expensively decorated mansion bestowed on Harry and Meghan upon their marriage. Our wonderfully dynamic and no-nonsense king has evicted the couple from Frogmore. Yes, that's right, he's told them to hop off. The Mirror Group are under investigation over 140 articles written about Prince Harry between 1996 and 2010. Blimey, no wonder their sales are down. What we've seen in this needless 3-day case, using up lawyer time, which should be spent convicting criminals rather than settling scores, is 3 days of victimhood and arrogance from the fifth in line to the throne. The decision to pursue this case at enormous expense, which means there are going to have to be yet more TV shows and books to pay for it, has echoes of Prince Andrew's disastrous decision to do a Newsnight interview with the BBC's eye-roller-in-chief, Emily Maitlis. Andrew thought he could style this one out, buoyed by his own self-confidence and air of entitlement. But it was his weak story and shaky grasp of the facts that saw his reputation destroyed. Now, Harry may not have sweated as much as Randy Andy this week, but his grasp on reality looks to be as slender as his creepy uncle's. He accuses my old mate Piers Morgan of injecting details into stories about him, and he's suspicious about how they were acquired. Listen, I'm no Kelvin Mackenzie, but I can answer that one quite easily. Sources. It's called journalism, Harry. They tried to throw shade at Morgan, saying he took a really genuine interest in the coverage of Harry. Well, yes, that's not surprising. He was the editor of the paper, and it was a big story. But this isn't a big story anymore. It's a sob story. And I'm bored to tears by both of these chancers, Harry and Meghan, banging on about how terrible their life is, with Harry attacking the free press of this country, who he claims have had it in for him since day one. He said, "I've experienced hostility from the press since I was born." This from a professional crybaby. So what would that hostility look like, Harry? The media's overwhelmingly positive response to the arrival of Meghan Markle all those years ago when they thought they had their new Diana? And the slavishly positive coverage of your wedding watched by billions around the world? Was that the hostility? Celebrated by papers like The Express, who wrote "So in love"? A magically modern wedding, opined the Mail. And the Mail on Sunday really put the boot in with "Harry ever after." Hostile indeed. At regular intervals, Harry looked like he was completely out of his depth, trying to convince the judge that this academic lightweight who managed an impressive D in geography at A-level was the exclusive author of his deposition and not his well-paid lawyers. Of course, I have no reason to doubt him. If any of the newspapers he's suing did hack his phone or broke the law in any way, then their punishment should be robust. It's completely unacceptable. But in my view, Harry's testimony is based upon feelings, innuendo, hearsay and hot air. For example, His phone was hacked 2 years before he owned a mobile phone. Or maybe it was his dad's phone. Who knows in this crazy parallel universe that Harry inhabits? And of course, this case has allowed Harry to participate in his favourite sport. Not polo, the blame game. All of his problems are someone else's fault, including the fact that he split up with his then-girlfriend Chelsea Davy. You do have to wonder, don't you, how different things would have been if those two had, in the end, tied the knot. As a fan of West London, I've enjoyed many a night in Chelsea, and I can see the attraction. This legal action is a waste of time, energy and money. In terms of needless court action, Prince Harry is the new Rebekah Vardy. Although miserable, self-pitying Harry is no wag. Case dismissed, Your Honour. Send him down. That was louder than I expected. I'm sorry if I woke you up.